Good morning, everyone. It's a special occasion today. I have some space on the last page of the last spread in my sketchbook, and I'm going to work on this portrait of Stinna, who gave me this sketchbook when she came to visit. When was that? Was it last year? I think so. We had the chance to meet in person, which was wonderful because we've known each other since 2020 during lockdown. I remember after, I think it was maybe one of my first live streams that I did with Sketchy, that I was chatting with Stinna later, and we became good internet art friends, and it was really wonderful that we had the chance to meet in person. And Stinna gave me the sketchbook. So she was the first portrait in it and is going to be the last. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And last night was really cool. I had the light workshop 4 of 4 for my Advent series. Was really cool. So here, look at this. This is the end, the final page, and this is actually the back cover. And Stinna's going to go right here. And I can show you the sketches from last night. They were pretty fun. Hi, Lewis, Monica, Sandra, Nicole, Annette, Ms. Ilgado, Linda, hello. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Stinna might pop in. She said she might be a little bit late. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. How different, if this is going to be different from the first version I did of Stinna a year ago. It's been almost a year of working in this sketchbook, and it's really, it's fun to be coming to the end of it. And almost all of the sketches in here, there were some I did not in live streams, but just did them off screen, but almost everything else has been done during a live stream. Pretty cool. So here are the sketches I did last night during my light workshop, and I just thought I'd show you. I'll have the replay up today. These were all 2-minute studies, and then spent longer on this one. Picked what I felt was like the strongest of the 2-minute studies, and then went a bit further into that. These are also quick 2-minute studies, and there's a very close kind of tie-in and connection to my latest Patreon tutorial, where I'm exploring simplification and also working with this idea of like high contrast and light. And this was the long piece I did during the workshop, and I'm so thankful to everyone who has been joining me throughout the workshop series. The replay will be up later today. Stinna's already here. Good morning. Wow, amazing. Okay, so your S key is broken. I was thinking that sourdough loaf is sourdough. Okay, we will. If your S key is broken, how did you put an S in there to say it's broken? All right, let's sketch. It's so nice that you're here, Stinna. Thank you so much for this sketchbook. It is full of faces, and it has been a cool experience filling it together. So I'm sure after this I will do some kind of sketchbook walkthrough. We'll see how we go, a sketchbook tour, just to kind of travel back through the year. But let's start. Linda's here, so we can get started. Uta is here, watching but drawing later. All right. So 5 minutes. It was also a calligraphy pen portrait, the first one I did of Stinna, but I'm gonna see how I do this differently. Let's find out. And we sketch together. So cool, Stinna. So wonderful that you're able to make it. Thank you so much for this sketchbook, which is now going to be filled. I was looking back through it, looking at some of the spreads. There are still some kind of gaps where I felt like, maybe I can squeeze in something here, or maybe add something to this. Maybe I'll still kind of add a little bit to it. But it's been really cool, and I appreciate that this sketchbook came from you. Yeah, I remember the first time chatting with you, Stina, about like natural inks and dyes and the dyes you had made for wool, and how at that time I was really, really super focused on homemade inks and stuff. And that was our first. I don't know if it was after one of my streams or maybe after a stream that France von Stone did, that we started chatting. But I have, yeah, really enjoyed knowing you. And thank you for being able to jump on the stream. I know things are busy pre-Christmas. There's a lot going on. And yeah, I hope that you and everyone here has a wonderful time, however you choose to spend this time of year. Hello, Ulverine and Martina. Hello. I did not show the first yet. No, because I set it up. I clip my sketchbook to the easel, and I've got the reference up here, and so I haven't. If it's not too wet, this piece, once I'm finished, I'll flip back to the first and see what the difference is, if any, between a year's worth of sketching and the same reference. I redrew a reference, a piece that I did in I think it was 2022, and I was like, I'm going to do this and it's going to be different and new, and I did this one, and then after I did it I was like, oh, it's actually pretty similar to the original version I did. But yeah, I will have a look back after this and see. So the first version of Stinna I did in here was not with a time limit, and at that time it had been, I started working in this after last year's Advent series, which I did them all on loose paper, and it wasn't my intention for it to become a sketchbook full of live streams, but yeah, between Christmas and New Year last year, I started doing some daily sketches. I was keeping up the daily sketch rhythm, and then out of that was like, oh, how about I just keep live streaming all of the sketches I'm doing in here daily. And so yeah, the first one of Sina was without a time limit. It was just sitting in the quiet of one evening. So it's pretty different when locking into time restraints, but it has been really, really interesting. Just also reflecting upon like what it's the process, the way I make decisions when I have a time limit, which I was talking a bit about last night in the workshop as well. But also, obviously, I've been practicing a lot, like the last 6 years. In January, it's also going to be 6 years of Tuesday Zoom sketching sessions. So this kind of timed portrait practice is something I have really, it's become the most consistent practice I've had of kind of anything ever. Yeah, and last night during the workshop I was just reflecting upon like what happens when I switch into, okay, I've just got this amount of time, I've got to start drawing, and the way I just start putting stuff down is very different to when I'm like, okay, I have no restraints, that was 5 minutes. All right, next 5 minutes. If I just start it completely open without any kind of time restriction, it's a totally different process. It's also wonderful, but it's been really interesting. Also sharing it, and that part of the idea was like, if we just spend 10 minutes together a day sketching, it's an opportunity just to Like, it doesn't have to be finished, it doesn't have to be amazing, but it's part of the collective practice of just doing a lot is really cool. Stinna, you said you still think of acorns. I still think of me every time you see acorns. That's so nice. All right, so I've kind of got things in place here, and I'm going to put some ink around and see what happens. With a brush, so I can feel a lot of space. I had 2 coffees before this, and I've noticed I'm a bit jittery. My hand is not as steady as it sometimes is. This is interesting because this is the back page. Like, often the paper will warp, but because this is like the back cover right here that I'm working on too. So it's like glued down, and it's not. I could get really wet with this and it won't warp, so that's cool. Yeah, sketchbook full of live streams, and I'll see how the live streaming continues next year. There's a lot. Like, I've really enjoyed it. The focus in my practice. Like, some people have said that for them it's accountability to show up and practice, and that's what it is for me too. Because, like, okay, how can I really make time to practice? I'm like, well, if I'm offering it to other people too, then I've got to show up if I say I'm doing it. So that's kind of been, it's been great for me, and if you've enjoyed it too, then that's wonderful. I'm really glad we're able to do this together. No, just notice here, there should have been maybe a bit more space left at the bottom, but there isn't, so it's like this now. Wait a minute, sounds like a long workaround. I'm not sure, Linda. What's the long workaround? All right, that could be much darker than that, but this is something. Yes, I've really, in addition to the live streaming, the workshops this month have been really great. Thank you to everyone who has joined. Has also been a really nice focus way to be together and make stuff. And my own kind of, I've been thinking about all the teaching that I've been doing and how it's such a great opportunity to, sometimes prompted by people's questions in the workshops, and courses to be like, why do I choose to make those decisions? Why do I do it in that way? And yeah, sometimes it can be really interesting just to kind of try and articulate why I have a certain process or decisions, or what exactly I'm trying to see as I'm putting things together. So yeah, I think, like, so since 2020 I was teaching workshops in 2019 before the first lockdown, and but in 2020 I really shifted into doing a lot of online stuff, and the process of teaching so much, and has really been an interesting way to, rather than just doing things, to like think about why I'm doing things and what it is that certain decisions contribute to the finished image and stuff. So it's really cool to be able to create and focus in that way, and interesting, trying to figure out how to articulate and share that process. So thank you to everyone who's ever done any sketch session or class of mine, because it provides the context for me to keep refining what I'm doing and my process. And it's so exciting to see what you're doing as well. And thank you to everyone who's been sharing their work. Our 10 minutes is up. I've kind of gone a little bit over, but also this is a little bit, I can see some proportional issues in this, but I still think it's a fun sketch. And this often happens, if I were to spend more time, perhaps I would have gone in slowly, carefully, putting things in the right place. But forehead shrinked a bit. We just kind of move things throughout the composition, but I like what's going on. And this is about it for today. But I think I would like to spend a bit more time on this probably. But this is our 10-minute portrait. And I know that Stinna has Christmas things to do, and so yeah, I also have things to do. Everyone has things to do, but I think if we just take this 10-minute opportunity to make something together, it's wonderful. So thank you to everyone who's been sketching along. There are still a couple more days of the Advent calendar. I was wondering about it actually yesterday, in Germany, the Advent calendars just go to the 24th. But I was wondering, does the 25th? I may pre-record something. So those of you who would like to also do something on the 25th, there will be a little present waiting for you. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone. Linda says, I was talking about, okay, the workaround, yeah. All right. Yeah, sometimes it's interesting having these delayed conversations where the conversation moves on and then read the comment and go back to what was being said, what. Okay, so let's have a look. Thank you, Martina. It was probably a little bit more than 10 minutes, but part of this collective practice, the cumulative practice of doing something every day, and also going from what I was saying about in the workshop where I'm doing this stuff and I'm really thinking about how to articulate how I'm focusing on different areas of light and contrast, the thoughts that are going through my head, what I'm trying to achieve, and then to just keep on going and to make something every day. It's each one is kind of building on the foundation of the one before. So I won't do the entire walkthrough right now, but let's have a look at, I think it should be dry enough to flip back. Let's have a look at the first Stinna back a year ago. It was this one. I think interesting. They're two different, very different images from the same image, and they both have interesting things going on. Different quality, different proportional things happening, but they're both my tribute to Stinna, my dear friend, who gave me this sketchbook, which is now full. So I will do a walkthrough tour of this and have a look at everything and revisit everything. Maybe that will be actually something interesting to do between Christmas and New Year's. I'll just have a look at a couple here. There are so many different things and different themes we've gone throughout the year. But it has been amazing. Thank you to everyone who's joined me through this. And big extra special thanks to Stinna, my longtime internet art friend. Thank you for giving me this book. And if I didn't have this sketchbook waiting, this probably wouldn't have happened like this. But now it is is here and is full. So yeah, super interesting. I wonder, it will be really interesting, everyone who's been drawing along as well, if there's some way that we can share kind of a flip through what we've done. Perhaps you have a sketchbook you've been working to as well, or some of your favorite images throughout the year would be really interesting to see, and hear about things that you have learnt, and what the consistent practice has done for you. And maybe it hasn't been consistent. Maybe you were drawing with us a year ago and then haven't since then. But I think that's really cool as well, to be able to offer it in a context where people can just join and participate when and how they like. And it's fun to see when people come back after some time away. I know some of you have like been doing it, sketching along with every reference, which is really amazing. I would just grab the Discord server link so that if you would like to join, you can. And people are sharing their work there. I share the daily references there. I see that snoozing emoji from Linda. Linda's about to go to bed. Sweet dreams. And Connie made it late, so you can just like scroll back to the beginning of the stream and sketch along. And I'll be here again tomorrow. But this was a special one because, yeah, the bookends, the beginning and the end, both are Stinna, and I'm very grateful to know you, Stinna, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope that, good things happen for you and for all of you, and that if we're able to take the time to focus and practice and make something, that can be a wonderful thing to share. So thank you to everyone who's been sharing. If you've made it to the end, put your drawing hand emoji in the chat, leave a comment in the comments, and we'll be here again tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Oh, and thank you to those of you who have signed up to my Patreon. Don't sign up in the iOS app, because I just saw yesterday they charge even more than I thought. So a couple of you have joined, and I've shared a couple of posts saying don't sign up in the app, go to the website, because I read that Apple gives themselves 30% of, they add it onto the price, so it should be €10 a month, and maybe there's another fee. But I saw someone signed up and like it was 50% was added to the monthly contribution. So do not use the iOS app if you want to join Patreon. Go to the website, follow the link. Don't do it on your phone in the app. Do it in your browser, because I don't want you paying unnecessary money to Apple. All right, that was just a little last thing to mention. But yeah, I hope you all have an incredible day, and see you again tomorrow, potentially. That would be great. And I'd love to see your work. So you can tag me and Stinna both on Instagram, and share to the Discord server. I'll see you tomorrow.